The GT Academy was created in 2008, an ambitious project to see what would happen if a driving gamer was taken away from the sofa and put onto the track, to prove if the virtual could become reality. Now in January 2012, the results would speak for themselves as GT Academy winners Lucas Ordonez, Jordan Tresson, Jan Mardenborough and Brian Heitkotter took to the track, having each made the journey from sofa to pro.
I suppose the whole concept of GT Academy, of taking a PlayStation gamer through to being a professional racing driver, was always, is this kind of a work of fiction, or is it going to actually, are we actually going to do it?
My initial was no, I'll be perfectly honest, but you know, once you see them on the game and you understand how fast they are, you think, well, you know, maybe they can actually do it for real.
At first, when you hear about it, you think, could it work? Because it's not so easy to come from a game and do it actually on a real racetrack. But I have to admit, looking at it now, it's absolutely fantastic.
I thought if we get really enthusiastic young guys who've got these great dexterity skills on the game, then why can't we turn them with intensive trainers into good drivers? But they're turned into exceptionally good drivers, which is the surprise element.
This year, GT Academy has stepped up a level and created the first full virtual to reality team, racing in their toughest challenge to date, the grueling Dubai 24 Hours endurance race, with the youngest member of the team being the 2011 winner, Jan Mardenborough.
Jan's come on in leaps and bounds physically. You can see the change in him. He's very fast, probably needs to work on his consistency. Brian's like a metronome. For him to complete the New York Marathon was a massive achievement for him, and that's benefited him psychologically. Lucas has made the transition to be a professional racing driver. He's lean, very little body fat. He does the job fantastically. And Jordan just slots in behind Lucas. He's done a great job this year, winning their class at the Spa 24 Hours. It was a massive achievement for him. As with any 24-hour race, though, they just need to go around, keep their nose clean, stay out of trouble. Do not crash, you'll be crashed into.
With the race only hours away, the most experienced driver, Le Mans champion Lucas Ordonez, took to the track for the qualifiers, securing third position in his class. As the team, family, friends and the world's media made their way onto the grid, Bob Neville confirmed the race order.
Yeah, I'm going first in the car, so very soon I'll go in and try to be, you know, concentrate to do a good job in my first stint, and then the rest of the guys will drive.
Following Lucas was Blancpain Endurance Series winner 2011, Jordan Tresson.
It's a race, a long race, so we just need to go round and round again and be safe, keep up trouble, and avoid traffic collision and so on. So.
GT USA winner Brian Heitkotter would be third behind the wheel.
Yeah, feeling good. I'm third in the car, so I'll have a little bit of time to relax before I get in. Should be good. We're starting in the shade, which is nice. The car will stay a little bit cooler for Lucas.
I'm fourth, and this is the start of the Dubai 24-hour race. Yeah, I'm pleased now. I can sort of back off now and back off my own pressure that I put on myself.
I still can't get my head around it that my son's here and he's in a big team and he's driving in the Dubai 24-hour race. It's mind-boggling, but he's here, so it must be happening.
Lucas prepared to start the race as he headed onto the grid, and as the klaxon sounded, the GT Academy team started their bid for the Dubai 24 Hours.
Fantastic looking grid that pulls up pretty much 2 by 2. On our left, the bright orange car as the lights go off, and we are racing here in Dubai in a fantastic start by the Lamborghini, pushed all the way to the pit wall as he goes out. Paul Sinner can't get to the inside as they go around turn number 1. He was eased out.
As Jordan prepared to take to the driver's seat, Lucas ended his first stint of the race still in third position, but reporting brake problems. As the car entered the pit, Jordan faced the media scrum to get to it.
I've never seen this many cameras around any car at a pit stop since I stopped doing Formula One. It's got not only the interest, obviously, of the guys who are filming for the Road to Dubai programme, but it's also got the interest of the local TV companies, a vast number of photographers. Everyone wants to get a piece of the story.
The mechanics quickly fixed the problem. Jordan headed out into the soaring Dubai heat.
I've got a small problem with the brakes because the car was not braking as normal as all week, and I was struggling with that. I was pushing really hard, pushing a lot of strength on the brakes, and the car just didn't brake.
With 4 hours of the race complete and 20 to go, Brian took to the track after Jordan's trouble-free stint as the sun set over the desert course. Proving that night driving can take it straight, Brian was forced to make a radical decision that could have ended the team's race.
There's a BMW in front of me that was kind of really going quite slow on the outside of the corner, and I kind of ran out of places to go, so I ended up spinning the car and trying to avoid making contact with him. I think we just brushed a little bit, but all was okay.
Jan took over from Brian in his first stint of the Dubai 24 hours, but soon after he left the pits was forced to bring the car back. So a complete brake change could be made. This incident and Brian's spin in his stint and the team dropped 2 places down into 5th.
Basically the last few laps, Brian at the end of his stint said the car was sort of struggling with a bit of power. Jan got in and had the same issue, and basically what it is, they've been winding the brake bars too far to the front. It's actually sort of just seizing the front brakes on.
All the cars in this race are suffering with brakes because it's so hot. And there's a balance. You can wind it forward or back, and they keep winding it to the front. And then it's run out of travel and it's seized.
So we swapped the disc pads, sorted out the reservoir, the bias switch. So yeah, hopefully that'll be it.
One of the mechanics said, "Oh, we're getting fixed," and it was just a bit daunting. I thought there was something major wrong with the car, but it says, "Oh, we're getting back out. Don't worry about it."
And there's a lot of problems in the race for lots of cars, so because of the heat. So we're not suffering any more than anybody else. But that was a shame because we were just about to go back into 3rd place in the class. But as you know, it's early yet.
Halfway through the night, as Jan came into the pits to change over with Lucas, he suffered yet another potentially race-ending scenario for the GT Academy team.
Jan was just about to pit to hand over to Lucas. From the sound of it, it looks like there's no throttle in the car at the moment, so it's not down on track. I think it's being towed in at the moment, so hopefully the guys can get a quick change done and get the car back out.
Going to the turn 1, shift down 2 gears into 4th. Went to get on the accelerator and there was no power at all. Basically the air filter took out a wire, I think, in the engine that does the throttle, and basically there was no power at all. It was just a shame it happened on my in-lap, really. It would have lost hardly any time if it would have happened later on. But that's the race.
Drama over. Lucas took on his 2nd stint of the race, followed 2 hours later by Jordan, completing an exhausting 4 hours on track. The two of them clawing back positions in class to bring GT Academy team into 3rd place once again.
The car is much better. We had a little problems. We spent some time on the pit, so the team did a great job to fix it quickly, and now the car feels much drivable and it's easier to drive.
The nighttime was, I think it was good for us. I think most of us got a little bit of rest. The car stayed out of the garage for the most part. And yeah, the trickiest bit with the nighttime was just the traffic. It's just difficult to see exactly what's behind you and where they are, but I think we all managed it okay. The car's still in one piece, so things are looking good.
The tough and tiring night had brought Some teams' challenges that could not be overcome, but for Team RGN it was a different story. With the adrenaline pumping, Jan suited up for one of the toughest challenges he had faced since leaving the GT Academy. That was the responsibility of bringing the car home across the finish line.
Chair in a very uncomfortable position, but he was completely relaxed, so that's fine.
Well, he's been told in no uncertain terms to just keep the car on the track, keep out of trouble and bring it home for a podium result.
Overcoming the fatigue that had settled, the whole team was soon on their feet. 24 hours after they started the race, Jan passed the checkered flag with flying colours. He secured the world's first full GT Academy team of gaming drivers, a fantastic third position in their class, and a place on the podium.
Great result, you know, 24 hours race just finished, is fantastic. So, you know, I'm really proud that the GT Academy team finished it and with a really good result. And Jan, Brian and Jordan did an amazing job, so everybody happy, and now it's time to celebrate.
Give you a yawn. I'm knackered, really tired, but
I don't know what else to say. I mean, I'm just soaking up the moment right now.
4 years ago, 4 gamers in the car, I'd say, well, you must be joking. It's getting harder each time.
Nice one.
Well, that's all for today. Next time we'll catch up with the Lucas, Jordan, Jan and Brian show as they relive some of their best moments from the phenomenal seasons each enjoyed last year. See you next week on GT Academy.